Hey guys, Madison here, back for another Film Friday. Boy, has it been a week here, let me tell ya. First of all, I wanted to say a heartfelt thank you to everyone who expressed your sympathies for what happened to me last Thursday with my accident. It has been getting better here, a little bit better every day. I am on the road to recovery, but it has been rough. I have, for those of you who don't know, I had a bad horse riding accident last Thursday. Fitting for the subject of this video, I guess, which is a Western, but yeah, my new horse decided to turn into a rodeo bronc and buck me off out of nowhere. So I was very fortunate to walk away with a broken big toe and a sprained ankle, both on my right foot. So yeah, I spent a few days on crutches, and then I upgraded to a boot, which has been much more, I don't know if pleasant is the right word, but much more preferable than crutches, which are awful for anyone who has never used them. This was my first time. The armpit soreness, awful. But I am happy to be in a boot now and up and hobbling around. So yeah, luckily you don't need to be able to walk to record a movie reaction. So tonight I am back with my first time watching Young Guns, and I am also kind of in a Comic-Con coma because I just got done with a Comic-Con yesterday at the time that I'm recording this. But I am ready to watch a good movie today, and I actually selected this one by executive decision, which I am known to do occasionally here on my channel. But with it being the last week of the month, it was time for the Western of the month, because I hadn't done one yet for the month of September, and there is one Western that I've been wanting to watch for a while, but it has never quite won a poll. It's gotten close, but never quite gotten there, and that movie is Young Guns. I've been wanting to watch it for so long, and I finally said, you know what, I'm watching it, and there was a special reason why I decided I'm gonna watch Young Guns this week, and that reason, for those of you who have not seen on my social media, that reason was that at Alabama Comic-Con, I got to meet Lou Diamond Phillips, who, if you're watching this movie reaction, you probably know who that is. He is in this movie, and he's also very well known for some other things as well, one of those being playing Henry in the series Longmire. I have watched Longmire and really enjoyed it, and Henry was always my favorite character on that show, so I was really excited to get to meet Lou Diamond Phillips at this con, and putting the picture up right now, you can see by the huge grin on my face, I was so excited to meet him, and he was so nice and so down to earth, and yeah, we had a great conversation, and I shamelessly handed him a copy of my debut novel, Gone Outlaw. Is that like the definition of shameless promotion? I don't know. But I said, hey, if you need something to read on the plane on the way home, I have a book for you. And hey, I know he loves a good Western, right? So yeah, I gave him a copy, and he said he was gonna read it. So I hope he enjoys it. But yeah, it was super cool meeting him, and he was so nice, and he was giving everyone he was meeting a big hug, and yeah, if you ever get a chance to meet Lou Diamond Phillips, highly recommend it. So that was kind of the catalyst for me being like, okay, it is time, like this is the role that, apart from like Henry, that he's most well known for. So I wanted to finally know what all the hype was about, because I had people coming up to my booth at the Comic-Con like, he is so great in Young Guns, we loved him in Young Guns, and I'm sitting there going, I haven't seen it. But that is about to finally change. And this is a big milestone for me, because tonight's movie is actually Film Friday number 90. This is my 90th movie to watch on my channel, which is crazy to think about. I am 10 away from 100. That's just insane. How have I watched that many movies? I don't know, but here I am. I'm almost to the 100 milestone. I'm gonna have to pick something really big for that. I don't know. I have to have a really special poll for that one, but I can't believe this is Film Friday number 90. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. If you've been here from the beginning, if you're brand new, thank you so much. There have been a lot of you subscribing lately, so hello. A lot of you loving my reaction to The Natural, and that was certainly a fun one to watch. But we are really switching gears this week to a classic Western. I don't know anything about this movie apart from Lou Diamond Phillips is in it, and I know Emilio Estevez is in it, and I think Kiefer Sutherland. I actually don't know if I've seen, like, I know the name Emilio Estevez, but I don't know if I've seen him in anything. I would have to Google it, but I don't want to do anything like that right now because I don't want to see any spoilers. But yeah, I know the cast. I don't know anything about the plot. For some reason, I'm thinking this has something to do with Billy the Kid. I don't know if this is like a telling of the Billy the Kid story, or if it's just like inspired by that and not, like, I don't know if it actually features Billy the Kid as a character or not. But I'm excited to find out because, I mean, either way, I will be happy, but I am a big fan of the Billy the Kid story. He's obviously one of the most iconic figures in the American West, so whether it is about him or it's not, I am excited to find out. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in and let's check out Young Guns. Oh, that is so cool. Whoop whoop, there he is. Charlie Sheen, what? I'm like loving the vibe of this. This is gonna be fun, I can tell.
I say we stop off at Juan Patron's for one jolly big dram and one ginger beer with a dollop of whipped cream. If I buy you a dram, you must promise not to tell the other boys.
Oh boy.
Oh no, not another hanging.
Heidi.
Hurry up, don't be afraid.
Want to play games, pendejo?
Mexican, Greaser! Greaser, come on, Greaser, cut me in!
Hey, knock it off!
Behind the horse.
Knock it off! That's it, hey!
John's back. Now wash it up and in your supper clothes. Now! Both of you! Who are them?
They are the boys of the dregs. The flotsam and jetsam of frontier society, if you will. We've got room in the bunkhouse, my young man.
John bring another hard case in?
Hope it ain't another Mexican. Mexican Indian, you son of a bitch.
If you do wish to stay, well, we have just the job for you.
Pigs are scary, man. I don't know what it is about them, but they're just scary.
We work for Mr. Tunstall as regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. Mr. Tunstall's got a soft spot for runaways, but you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
This is Billy the Kid.
I'm a pugilist.
Hog boy!
You don't even know why I'm here.
Footpad, maybe. Petty thief, rob a bank, kill somebody. Kill somebody.
You ever worked beef before, Billy? I worked a little out Fort Sumner way. I got away with cattle.
I got away with hogs.
Congratulations, Charles. You and Stephen will be doing the dirty crockery alone this evening.
Apologies, William. Just hacking on you, that's all.
I don't like them. I don't.
Rumor has it you killed a man, Billy. You don't seem like the killing sort.
Yeah, Billy, what you kill him for?
He was hacking on me.
Ooh.
Oh! Bitch.
John, Mr. Dolan, and Mr. Murphy here are complaining about their merchandise wagon being plundered. Quite frankly, John, they think you're behind it.
I've never touched this property.
Look behind you, Earl. All I see are hired thieves.
These boys are promising young men, acquiring an education.
Rumor has it that you're going to be bidding against me for the government beef contracts. Do you see our good sheriff sitting up there on that horse? Do you know how much money he's got invested? His life saved.
I'd like you to take your threats and your sheriff and get off my property.
Get ready for hell.
He's got all the political power, huh? All the backing. Hey, don't kick chickens. They're liable to come after you. Anyone who's played Zelda would know.
I heard you're having some trouble finding help.
You're one of Murphy's boys, aren't you?
Fired me. Called him a fat sow.
He's just trying to weasel his way in. He's a plant, don't trust him. He's Murphy's man on the inside. Oh my gosh.
We have to expose this ring, Alex. Can you get me in to see the governor?
Murphy's beat us to it. And he brought the governor a nice, fat campaign contribution. They want me out, too. They figure with me gone, no lawyer would be crazy enough to represent you.
If we gave in and left, you'd look after my boys.
Heidi, my name's Doc.
What can I do for you, young man?
I was wondering if I could entreat the young lady to a dance.
Why, certainly.
What's your name?
In soon.
That's beautiful. You're a friend of Mr. Murphy's?
He is my guardian.
Hello there. William Bonney, sir.
Pat Garrett.
Pat Garrett.
Shoot, I bet I get to be just as big as him. Nah, bigger.
I'm sorry I didn't recognize you. I was just informed that you're part of the Tunstall Company.
Yes, I am.
And I'll be expecting to see you follow your Englishman out of Lincoln when he goes.
Forbidden love.
Someone break up your dance, Doc?
Yeah, he's the girl's guardian.
That's a gentle euphemism. He had a shirt ruined in a Silver City laundry. He took the celestial woman's daughter as payment. She's house entertainment, as I understand it.
Out of the way, mister.
Oh, I do beg your pardon.
Come on, you and me.
No. You and I.
The way he's jumping around, like.
Pugilist.
There's something in there.
Happy New Year!
The horses are like, please, no. Please stop. This feels ominous.
Go on, Billy. Boys will be boys.
Gonna get killed while they're all gone.
No! Too many! Get out of here!
Ashes to ashes, and dust to dust.
Murphy's henchmen have to be brought in, JP. You're the justice of the peace, Wilson. You have the power to serve warrants through special constables.
No one's fool enough to go in after Murphy's people.
Deputize them.
Hell no!
All right, then, you go tell them.
Okay, Henry Hill's supposed to have been in there with the lady since noon. We're gonna show him the warrant, take him home. Hey, Billy, bring him to us.
Hey, Hill, you want another drink?
Gotta drain it first.
Now what the hell's he doing?
Get up.
Henry Hill?
Yeah.
Howdy. You're under arrest.
Oh my.
Buddy! You weren't supposed to smoke anybody! We got warrants! We're the law!
Apparently not. That went from, hey, we're gonna arrest this one dude to, we're gonna shoot these 10 dudes.
In a flaming shootout, the kid, Billy, killed Mr. Hill, then took on an onslaught of Hill partisans, bringing the damage to 6 verified slayings.
He sent a lamb into the slaughter and he walked out king sheep.
Yeah, Murphy's gonna want blood, brains, and balls for this.
I'll be back in 1 minute. Here. Heidi,
Cannot accept those, thank you.
if you don't want to take these, that's fine. But you take a message to your guardian. The regulators are gonna clean house. They can't own us like they own a little China girl for the price of a shirt.
By killing Henry Hill, you all started a war.
By killing Mr. Tunstall, you all started the damn war, Baker. These boys are going to the grave in the name of John Tunstall. I said quiet, Billy. I don't need that kind of talk. Law don't talk like that. Take the son of a bitches up to Capitan Mountain and blow their brains out. What do you say, Steve?
Hey, Dick, I don't think we should go by way of South Fork. I think we should go straight through to Lincoln.
I don't know. Like you're trying to send them into an ambush.
You're trying to steer us away from Capitan because you know your men, Murphy's men, are waiting to jump us in Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
McCloskey's with us. He's a regulator.
Nope.
He's a spy!
Spy.
I'm sorry, McCloskey. Sorry I didn't sniff you out soon, you traitor.
Oh!
Hold your fire!
That escalated quickly.
Richard, he was right. McCluskey was acting strange.
Well, then that means we just killed 3 more Murphy men, right? Skin up the river.
Come on, dog.
Now! You better stop believing the newspapers. You ain't no captain, and you sure as hell ain't no Robin Hood. Whatever you say, Dick.
Oh, look at that.
Murphy of Lincoln has hired none other than John Kinney to help hunt down Billy the Kid and the gang.
Oh, great, John Kinney.
Hey, Doc, come here for a minute.
Yeah.
Well, we can't go north. Murphy's got men coming out of Fort Sumner. We can't go south. He's got Brady coming in. East is no good. We got John Kinney coming up now. We can go west through the Valley of Fire.
What's he doing?
They're having a good year with scouts. No thanks.
I don't know what the hell to do. What the hell's he doing?
Collecting something.
When an Indian is lost, he must reach into the spirit world to find the way. This is the way to the spirit road. We're lost right now, but I'll find us the way.
Chavez, what is that?
Peyote.
Uh-huh.
Butterfly flies to a flower, stays with her.
This is so weird.
Doesn't know why, just feels it.
He is so high right now. His voice is pitched like 2 or 3 notches deeper. Y'all, what is happening right now? Ugh, gross. This is like that weird scene of Jack Sparrow in Davy Jones' locker, where you're just watching and you're like, what is happening? They're gonna be in real bad shape if any of Murphy's men show up. That was one of the strangest things I've ever seen. He's wearing his badge on his hat.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Please, Dick, it's getting cold. When we finish this meal, you little rodent, we're gonna go out in the yard and see who has the right to run this group of regulators.
Got a well-heeled man coming his way. It's Buckshot Roberts. He's killed more people than smallpox.
It's a lot of people. That is quite a coat. It's like legend status.
I'm here to get that $150 Sheriff Brady's putting down for the kid. Rest of you's only worth $110, but I'll take it. Let's dance.
No.
Billy, go in there and cut the son of a bitch in half.
Damn, last three.
Screw that.
He could be faking. Oh my goodness. He's dead. Y'all just got beaten by one man. There's like 5 of you. One man. And y'all couldn't shoot him in an outhouse. Bullets should all be going through an outhouse.
Where to, Doc? Going into Patricio if it looks safe. I gotta write Dick's mother in Vermont. Get some clean wraps for this. See ya.
Well, Billy's gonna be running things now.
I told you I would find the way, and the way is west.
Well, west is that way. And the bastards we gotta kill are that way. Murphy's taking inventory in Tunstall's store right now, and you're saying it means nothing to you?
Murphy and his politicians have taken more from me than they ever will from you. My mother's people. Murphy and Company was under contract to supply us with beef. He sent only rotten meat. So I went out with a band in the night to a trader's camp to try and get food. They welcomed us in. And then they opened fire on us. I got away, only me. When I got back to the Red Sands, I found out that the army had already paid us back. Everybody on my reservation was butchered, and it means nothing to me! I went to Lincoln to take Murphy's head, and that's when John Tunstall found me. I'm the last of my clan. If I die, and I'm not afraid of dying, Javato. The sacred hoop is broken.
Chavez knows what he's talking about.
So you got 3 or 4 good pals. Well, then you got yourself a tribe. We're your family now, Chavez. You walk away from us, you break our sacred hoop.
Is he gonna stay? What are you doing, man?
Do you want to stay here?
In China, girls are not necessary.
Necessary is something you can't do without. I can't do without you.
I keep the flowers that you offered me in a little room inside my head, inside my heart.
That's sweet.
2 days we could be on a train. We could be in another country, in a city together.
Man, he's like leaving.
I have a feeling he's gonna be making a run for it.
Nah. Doc likes me.
I can't stand him.
That's one of the best transitions I've ever seen. He likes me. I can't stand him.
John Tunstall taught me that the past is like an old yellowback novel. When you're finished with it, you toss it out and you start a new one.
Better hurry up or you're gonna get caught.
Hey, Steve! Doc's back! I told you he'd come back!
He didn't want to.
Top of the morning to you, girls!
Oh.
Reap the whirlwind, Sheriff Brady. Reap it.
Cold-blooded.
The governor's revoked your deputization powers. You're not only being hunted by John Kinney and Murphy's men, you're being hunted by the U.S. Army. What the hell do you think you're doing out there?
Maybe I'm trying to get some attention. The more bastards I dust, the more news stories they write. The more President Hayes is gonna have to raise an eyebrow, come down and see for himself what's going on here. And they'll find out who's really doing the killing.
I'm going to try to reach the president myself, legally.
Alex, what if you can't get in touch with Hayes?
I'll go back to Lincoln and reopen John's store.
You didn't see what they did to John. We did. Gentlemen, let's ride.
I was wondering if you remember that China doll. Because you're a lawyer and all, maybe that there was a legal way that...
I don't even have enough ground to stand on anymore, Doc. I mean it.
He wants to help her so bad.
Dirty Steve told me, Billy.
Stephen told him about the party Sheriff Pepin's planning for us.
Oh, you mean the hanging?
You ever see a man hanged?
Yeah, I seen Red Smitty hang. It was a hell of a sight.
Billy, I don't think Charlie wants to hear about Red Smitty. I think what he'd like to hear is that we're not going to hang.
Well, if we get caught, Charlie, we're gonna hang.
Y'all gotta let me do something.
Okay, Charlie?
Love the locations in this. So good.
Damn, Charlie, this is your last wish. Get your little carrot wet. You could have done that back in Juarez.
Call the special woman, dirt face. You'll understand that one day.
What's your name?
Charlie,
I don't remember you, but I guess you remember me.
I just want to hold you.
Seems more like he wants to be held than to do the holding.
Are you really gonna kill Billy the Kid?
Yeah, if he's man enough to come around here.
I'm leaving right now and want to know what to look for in case I run into him. I'll come back and tell you.
Well, he's a good-looking kid. Dresses like a dandy, and he's a left-hander. And people say he's fond of whistling sad ballads. You see somebody that fits that bill, you just come whispering to me.
Hey, I see him. Right there, right there. Don't you see him?
You know, boy, I'm getting a little tired of your wise lip.
Boy.
It's John Kinney.
Oh my gosh. Going through that would not be fun. Be scratched up.
I know it breaks my heart too.
It looks like we've just done a big circle twice. Ooh. Well, it also looks like we're going back into Lincoln. I know we can't be going back into Lincoln,
We
so
are. Lincoln's where we'll find the rest of the men who killed John. We take Murphy and the ring falls. We win this war. You have to test yourself every day, gentlemen. Once you stop testing yourself, you get slow. And when that happens, they kill you.
You want to keep on testing yourself, fine. Come morning, I'm a Mexican.
They'll be covering every possible which way in from Texas to Arizona. The chances of making old Mexico? That's a test of all tests, you ask me. I'm in.
I'm really not liking him.
Dear Governor Axtell, I am at the Juarez village at the border. Send 3 men and instruct them not to shoot, as I am unarmed. I surrender.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's a bald-faced lie.
Many nights I put a blade to your throat while you were sleeping. Glad I never killed you, Steve. You're all right.
Oh my gosh, that was great. I'm glad I never killed you, Steve.
Charlie's getting married!
What?
I come to tell you some bad news about a friend we share. McSween, Tunstall's lawyer. He's gonna die. Murphy knows he's coming back to Lincoln tomorrow. They're gonna wait till he's home, then go pay a visit. I'll see you, Billy.
Hey, Garrett, are you my friend?
Yes, I am, Bill.
Interesting.
Regulators!
Well, that was a rude interruption. Couldn't even finish the wedding first.
Charlie, you got a wife now. You should stay.
Oh wow, he's coming?
Ain't easy having pals.
The dog wants to come too.
Alex! Alex! They're gonna come kill you.
I told you not to come here. I'm sick. I can't go to old Mexico.
Trip's postponed. Coming around the front.
How is it from the east side?
Murphy, man.
Charlie, how's it over by you? Can we break?
It's John Kinney.
I think the word you got was just a trap to get us all together in the same place. It's gonna be a massacre.
It's about to go down.
You up there, Bunny? Yeah, I'm here, you bastard!
Good grief.
Hey, Pepin! I see you got Charlie Crawford down there with you. Oh, my God! Hey, Pepin! Charlie Crawford ain't with you anymore.
You okay? You okay?
Alive, yes. Okay, no.
Chirevas?
Get up the stairs, quick! He's bleeding again. Or actually bleeding this time instead of having someone else's blood on his face. I'm with him, I wouldn't be sleeping. That's bad.
We're good, but this is getting ridiculous.
What do you suggest, sir?
Full military attack. Destroy them.
What is she doing?
Burn it!
Step out of the doorway.
Fire!
Billy, I gotta go. I got a wife. She's this little Mexican gal.
Charlie, if you don't stand up, you ain't never gonna see her again.
Let's come on.
Uh-oh.
They lit it, boys. They lit the house.
Is he hitting anyone, though?
Alex, get Susan out of here. Come on, get out!
Forget the China. The house is on fire. There's no time.
Where the hell's John Bennett? I don't know. He must have skinned out.
No, he has a plan, I believe. What are they gonna do? I didn't see that coming. There he is. He brought the horses. Charlie! Oh my gosh, everyone's getting shot. No. Charlie!
Dudley, get that son of a bitch!
He was unarmed. Unarmed.
Bastard. Reap it, Murphy, you son of a bitch. Now it's over.
Vices from Lincoln report that Jose Chavez, E. Chavez, moved to California. Josiah Doc Skurlock was reported to have left the West for the East, taking with him a celestial bride, her mother, and 14 brothers and sisters. Both the Murphy-Dolan faction and the Santa Fe ring collapsed. William H. Bonney, also known as Billy the Kid, He was caught in Fort Sumner by the sheriff, Pat Garrett, and killed. Advisors report that sometime later, an unidentified person snuck into the graveyard and chiseled an inscription. The epitaph read only one word: pals.
Well, I certainly had my question answered because that was definitely a retelling of the Billy the Kid story, and I thoroughly enjoyed that because I've told you guys at the beginning of the video, I'm a huge nerd about Billy the Kid. I have watched like all the History Channel specials on him and lots of different like documentaries and podcasts. I've listened to podcasts about him. Like I have listened to the story of Billy the Kid so much. I'm a little bit rusty on it right now because it's been at least several months, maybe even like half a year since I've really brushed up on his story. But what is so interesting to me about Billy the Kid is, unlike Jesse James, like those two figures are very different, and Jesse James I see much more as a villainous figure, and Billy the Kid I see as a much more endearing figure who is more complicated. Is, I don't know if that's the right word, but his motives and a lot of the things he did were a lot more understandable and empathetic. That's the word I was looking for. They were a lot more empathetic than a lot of the things that Jesse James did. And this movie really focused on that really interesting period in Billy's life during the Lincoln County War and all of that, which I have always found so interesting. And I was so excited to see that that's what this movie was about. And because of my knowledge about Billy the Kid, I kind of knew what to expect at certain turns, like who was gonna die. Like I knew, oh my gosh, what was his name? Tunstall. I knew he was gonna get killed and that was gonna trigger the war. And I knew about Billy the Kid assassinating, or it was supposedly Billy the Kid assassinating Sheriff Brady and all of that kind of stuff. I knew that backstory, but just it's always so entertaining seeing it's always a blend of history and fiction, but an adaptation of the Billy the Kid story, because each version I've seen of it is so different. Like I've seen The Kid is probably one of the newest adaptations of that story, but that one is, I started to say, even more fictionalized. When did that one come out? It was probably 7 or 8 years ago now, maybe a little less. The one with Chris Pratt and oh my gosh, what's his name? Ethan Hawke and Dane DeHaan. I've seen that one, and that one's covering kind of the end of Billy's life when he, escapes from jail, but he did that a lot, Billy. But the infamous escape when he like shot one or two people on his way out, and then Pat Garrett hunts him down. But this was focusing on the earlier period in Billy's life during the Lincoln County War, which I really enjoyed seeing that. This movie, even though it was covering, very serious events, it was very fun and entertaining. Like the music, it was so 80s. This movie was so 80s, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the soundtrack, like all the electric guitar and stuff. That was a blast, honestly. Like just watching them ride around and the shootouts and all of that. And there were some unexpectedly just like funny moments would kind of catch me off guard and happen out of nowhere. Like that one cut was so funny when he was like, Billy was like, he likes me, and then Doc's like, I can't stand him. That really got me. And then but the funniest part in the whole movie was I can't remember the character's name, but he's telling Chavez, like, you were fun to ride with and everything, and Chavez is like, many nights I put a knife to your throat. I'm glad I didn't kill you, Steve. That was the funniest part in the movie. Oh my gosh. I love Lou Diamond Phillips. He's fantastic, and it was fun getting to see him play a different character because, like I said, I've only seen him as Henry and Longmire, who I am, a huge fan of Henry. So it was really fun seeing him play kind of a similar character, archetype in this movie, but a different character. So it was just really fun getting to see that in his earlier days. And yeah, I've always loved his that kind of I don't know if dry sense of humor, but the like stone cold sense of humor that he can execute so well. He's so good at that. The portrayal of Billy the Kid was very interesting in this movie because it was like supposed to be kind of endearing and empathetic because he's like getting revenge for the guy that he, you know, appreciated him taking him in and all of that stuff, and he was trying to get revenge on his behalf. But it's also like they were trying to make us not feel for him because they kind of portrayed him like a cold psychopath, like who just got off on killing people, and who was always just looking for another test and another challenge, and it was about like outsmarting and outwitting people and being quicker and all of that, and he just kept doing this maniacal laughter throughout the movie, which that's another thing that really differs from, you know, depending on which movie, which adaptation you're watching, like how Billy the Kid is portrayed. And I can kind of roll with like the slightly like jokester, prankster, having fun with what he's doing, Billy the Kid. Like that's probably not too far off from the truth, but I don't know. What I do know about his history, and so much of it is, you know, shrouded in all the legend, so it's hard to get to the truth, but I don't think Billy the Kid was just kind of this maniacal, like, killing people because I can person. I feel like he was very personally motivated getting revenge for Tunstall during all of that Lincoln County stuff, because it kept escalating and there kept being deaths on both sides. And I really understood Billy's side in that. There was the whole thing with the Santa Fe ring and those corrupt politicians, which was sort of addressed in this movie. So there weren't really any just straight up good guys in the situation. Everybody was corrupt. But yeah, I never got that feeling. Like with Jesse James, it was very much a like cold-blooded killer thing. Like he would just shoot people in cold blood because of whatever reason. He was getting revenge, or he was trying to like keep himself from being exposed. Like anybody he suspected of being a traitor in the gang, he would just shoot them. Or he would just shoot like someone in a bank who he thinks is someone, and he misidentifies them and he kills them. Or, I mean, there were just many occasions where Jesse James just killed people in cold blood, and it was not quite that way with Billy the Kid. There were certain scenarios, like with the Lincoln County War, and then like when he's trying to escape and he kind of has no choice but to shoot the people who are going to shoot him or who get in his way kind of thing. I just could be completely wrong because, again, the facts are so shrouded in legend, but I just never had that feeling of like evil, cold-blooded villain with Billy the Kid the way I got that feeling about Jesse James. There always seemed to be kind of a difference between the two. But yeah, it's just super intriguing. I know there's a Young Guns 2, and I'm wondering, does that cover kind of like the later part of Billy the Kid's life after the Lincoln County War? Because they kind of addressed it here at the end of the movie, like what happens to everybody afterwards. But I wonder if they go into that in Young Guns 2 and how they handle that, how they address it, if it's like the Pat Garrett stuff. It was really interesting how, like, you know, he said, "Are you my friend?" to Pat Garrett. It's like, yeah, but it seems like he kind of... Pat Garrett like betrayed him and set him up for the trap and everything. So I'd be very interested to see like if they bring back the same cast in Young Guns 2 and or some of the same cast, and like how the Pat Garrett stuff is handled if that's what they're addressing. So yeah, all of that was super interesting. Really enjoyed the different characters in this movie. I enjoyed Doc's little side story, his subplot with, was it Yin Soon? I think that was her name. That was a sweet little romance they had going on kind of as the little subplot there. I thought that was really sweet. I have no idea if that's at all rooted in historical fact or if that was just added for the film. But that was really sweet. I liked that story. That was a nice kind of like emotional core in the heart of the story, because Billy the Kid was so just like kind of psychopathic and maniacal in this movie. It was like he didn't really care about anybody. It was just I mean, he was getting revenge for John Tunstall, but it was like, it's all about him at the same time. Yeah, Chavez was definitely my favorite character in this movie. I know I'm biased, but he was just, I mean, he was the most empathetic character for me. I mean, when he's like, that monologue, where he's sharing his backstory, the things that happened to his mother's tribe and the horrors that he witnessed, that was really powerful. The delivery was really powerful, and that really gets you like hooked, like rooting for his character right there. And he almost leaves and then decides to stay with Billy. But yeah, once you hear his backstory, you're rooting for him. And then that combined with the humor, like the amazing just like one-liners he would drop sometimes, like when he was pulling thorns out of that guy's butt. What did he say? When he was like, "Oh, that breaks my heart too." I mean, he was just so funny. And yeah, really enjoyed him. He was super cool. And yeah, that was a super fun watch. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. And if you want to see the full-length version of this reaction, you can find that over on my Patreon, link in the description below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you haven't. I hope you enjoyed Film Friday number 90. And I will see you next week. Bye guys.